The moon. Now you see it, now you don't. As the moon orbits Earth, we see it seem to grow into a large bright circle that changes and starts to look like smaller and smaller crescents until it disappears. Eventually, the moon appears again as a small crescent and then seems to grow and swell night after night until it becomes full again. The moon is not doing a disappearing act like a magic show. What you see are the different phases of the moon as it orbits Earth. You are probably familiar with the full moon that appears large and bright, but did you know that when the moon is not visible, it's called the new moon? You cannot see it because the moon has completed one entire orbit of Earth and is between us and the sun, so we cannot see the sun's light reflecting off the surface. When 3/4 of the moon is lighted, it is called either a waxing gibbous or a waning gibbous, depending on which part of the cycle it is in. Gibbous is a strange word. It comes from the Latin gibbus, which means hump. Over the years, it became gibbosus and then gibbous. If you happen to see the moon when it is partially lighted, you can always tell whether it is waxing, getting larger, or waning, becoming smaller. Look at which side the illuminated or brightened hump is on. If it is on the right, the moon is waxing. A full moon is coming. If the hump is on the left, the moon is waning. A new moon is coming. If you have ever looked at the moon with a telescope or binoculars, you can see many features on its surface. You may have noticed that no matter which night you look at the moon, you always see the same side. You might think that as the moon orbits Earth, we would see different sides. However, the moon also rotates on its axis. Its rotational period, or the time it takes to make one rotation, is exactly the same as its orbital period, or the time it takes to make one revolution around Earth. Therefore, the moon rotates very slowly compared to Earth. This slow rotation always keeps the same side of the moon facing Earth. This is why when the moon becomes visible from Earth, we always see the same side.